Summer has settled over Monkey Mountain. As we move through the month of June, the dynamics of the Ichikawa City Zoo enclosure are shifting. The new babies born this spring are starting to explore. The mothers are hyper-vigilant, and the older males are trying to find the coolest spots on the rocks to escape the midday heat. But as we watch the troop navigate these warm summer days, there is a very specific timeline playing out for one particular monkey. Punch was born late last summer on July 26th. In the human world, approaching a first birthday is a reason for a party. It's a sentimental date on a calendar. But in the world of Japanese snow monkeys, reaching the one-year mark isn't about celebration. It is a strict biological milestone. It is the ultimate filter of nature. In the wild, the first 12 months are the most dangerous time in an animal's life. Mortality rates are high. To survive the first winter, the food scarcity, and the complex, often violent social hierarchy, a baby monkey needs a mother's protection. Punch, as we know, had to navigate that entire gauntlet completely on his own. So, as we look at him today, roughly a month and a half away from that one-year mark, we aren't just looking at a cute baby monkey anymore. We are looking at an animal that has successfully passed nature's hardest test. He is officially aging out of infancy. And the changes happening to his body and his mind are absolutely fascinating to observe. If you go back and look at the footage of Punch from just a few months ago, the contrast to how he looks today is striking. When he first caught the public's attention, his movements were defined by pure anxiety. He was tiny, uncoordinated, and frantic. His body language was that of a fragile prey animal, constantly hunched over, moving in quick, jerky motions, ready to bolt at the slightest sound. But survival forces an animal to adapt. And Punch has adapted beautifully. Look at him in these recent clips. He is physically filled out. His summer coat is healthy. His limbs are longer and significantly stronger. But the most telling change is his posture. He no longer walks like a terrified infant. When he moves across the rocks today, he has a solid, grounded center of gravity. He doesn't scramble. He navigates. When he sits down to eat, his spine is often straight. He takes his time picking through the dirt or examining a piece of food. This physical evolution tells us a lot about his internal state. A body that is constantly flooded with cortisol and adrenaline, the stress hormones, cannot grow properly. The fact that Punch is putting on healthy weight and moving with such deliberate coordination means that his nervous system has found a way to regulate itself. He isn't living in a constant state of panic anymore. He has learned the rhythms of the mountain, and his body is finally reflecting that stability. But the physical changes are only half of the story. The psychological shift from infant to juvenile is where things get truly interesting. An infant macaque is completely reactive. If something scares them, they run. If they are hungry, they cry. But a juvenile macaque is calculating. They don't just react to their environment, they plan for it. We are seeing Punch exhibit classic juvenile intelligence. A few months ago, his only defense mechanism was to run away and hide. Today, his primary defense mechanism is observation. He spends hours sitting quietly on the periphery of the troop, just watching. He tracks the alpha males. He memorizes which paths are safe and which areas to avoid. He has developed what biologists call spatial awareness. He knows that if an older, dominant monkey is walking in his direction, he doesn't need to run in terror. He simply needs to smoothly, quietly relocate to a different rock before a conflict ever begins. He is also learning the complex art of boundaries. We see him interacting differently with the newer, younger babies of the troop. He watches them with a quiet curiosity, but he keeps a respectful distance from their fiercely protective mothers. He understands that he is no longer the youngest, and he is adjusting his social behavior to fit his new rank. He is no longer demanding the world to be soft for him. He has accepted that the mountain is hard, and he is learning how to be hard enough to live on it. As Punch crosses this one-year biological threshold later this summer, the dynamics of his life will continue to change. The older he gets, the less tolerance the adult males will have for him. The scoldings he receives won't be about bullying a helpless baby anymore. They will be the normal, strict discipline used to keep a juvenile male in line. He will have to learn how to properly submit, how to read highly subtle facial expressions, and eventually how to stand his ground with monkeys his own age. He might start engaging in play fighting. He will become more independent, relying less on hiding spots and more on his own social maneuvering. The first year of his life was simply about staying alive. The second year will be about figuring out exactly where he fits into the complex machinery of macaque society. It won't always be easy to watch, but it is the natural progression of a wild animal. Watching an animal grow up in real time is a fascinating experience. It strips away our human expectations and reminds us of how incredibly resilient nature actually is. Punch didn't need a miracle to survive his first year, he just needed his own instincts, his adaptability, and a remarkable will to endure. He is turning into a fascinating, highly intelligent young macaque. And tracking his behavioral changes teaches us so much about the primate world. I am curious to hear from those of you who watch his footage regularly. What specific changes have you noticed in Punch's body language over the last few months? Have you noticed him being more observant or navigating the rocks differently? Please share your observations in the comments below. It is always great to read how differently we all interpret his behavior. If you appreciate these deeper, documentary-style breakdowns of Punch's life, please leave a like on this video, and make sure to subscribe to Cataluna for more grounded, realistic looks into the animal world. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.